everyone. Once again, welcome back to the episode of Hashtag the Blue Mic English Edition, your independent favorites and initiative of Big FM and Hungama Artists Aloud. So here with us today, we have another artist who is among the world's leading indie composers, singer-songwriters. His debut in 2015 made him the first Asia-based artist to be supported by BBC Radio 2 in 20 years. He has released EPs and his songs topped the World Indie Music Chart, the Euro Indie Music Charts, and the US Top 20. So he has won many prestigious music awards as well. So please welcome Druv Kent. Hi, Druv.
Hello. Hi, Jen. How are you? Lovely to be here.
I'm good. Happy to have you here as well, Druv. So Druv, I've introduced you about your music, but we would love to hear from you who really Druv Kent is. You know, what are your likes? Where are you from?
My real name is Druv Kent, right? I am originally from Calcutta, which is now Kolkata, which is close to the Northeast, but it's not in the Northeast. But it is there. So I grew up there. I went to boarding school in Dehradun, in the hills, in Dehradun, at a school called Doon School. I kind of was keen on music from when I was about that high, right? So I was a tabla player. I was a singer. I was banging on everything, that I could, trying to play the instrument that would become the cajon later, right? I was banging. I had cajons everywhere. So I then went and studied in America. I got a full scholarship, fortunately. I went and studied in America. I did computer science. I did finance. Started liking finance. Did a business school, went to graduate school, business, came back to India, started working in finance, doing music on the side. Never thought for a moment that I could actually pursue music full time, right? It was so far that it would be unfair to even call it a dream, right? It was beyond dream. So that's where I am.
So you're the first Asia-based artist in 20 years to be supported by BBC Radio 2. So how did you manage all this?
So for me, it was a massive win. How it happened was I created this music it was A Little Bit of God, which was my first song that got onto the radio. It was also my first release. And A Little Bit of God just happened to catch a wave where Claire Balding, who is this, she's quite famous in the UK context. She's a star in her own right. She runs a radio show on BBC Radio 2. And she loved the song. And she says, I want to play this song. And it was, about faith and healing, I think, the show. And she said, I want to play A Little Bit of God. This is a song by a new artist. His name is Druv Kent, and he's sitting out in Singapore, and he's of Indian origin. But check the song out. And, it was I was literally kind of almost in tears that when that happened, I was like, my God. And then, she played it again and again. And then my other songs, What It's All About, got into BBC Radio 2, Long When We're Gone, got into BBC Radio 2. So all those things, those endorsements made me feel very confident, I would say, in my first release, that, I was doing something which was right.
Well, that's really an amazing story, Druv Kent. So how about we go into your song, performance for our dear viewers here?
So, Jen, I thought let me start with a song or an extract of a song which you might remember. It's called Back Home.
Just over the hills, the place where I find my peace of mind, where it begins, floating like a moonbeam in the sky, it's covered in lights, like laughter on my skin and in my bones, making me smile. Feelings are wrong, I really own. We walk around so loud, we're up and proud, we're plenty. But down inside, there's a space so wide and empty. I wanna go on wanted to be more than the things that I had known. I wanted to see how far the places I could go. I wanted to find who I would be on my own. Hopes that you feel, kisses you steal, the love you don't know yet. 'Cause what you don't get, you don't regret. Well, there's time enough for that. I wanna go all that way back home. I wanna go all that way home. Before we knew who we'd turn into, inhabit the lives that we'd become. I wanna go all that way back home. I wanna go. I wanna go home. I wanna go. I wanna go home.
Beautiful song, Druv Kent. It's really a beautiful song.
Sure.
So, right, Druv Kent, you've worked with producers who have worked with big musicians like John Mayer, the Manic Street Preachers, Ronan Keating, among others.
Yes.
So, can you tell us what have you learned most from working with them?
I think they have all been hugely fabulous listeners, right? A producer, their first job is really to listen to your song, to listen to your ambition about what you're trying to create. So a producer really helps you navigate through the instrumentation aspect and how you can really make that song sound, give it direction, and help you achieve that direction. So that's what I've learned is be a great listener, and be a genuinely open-minded person, but they have a direction. It's not that they come in without any rudder. They have a direction, but they just steer you along and help you achieve your own goal. That's what I've learned is what their role is. I was not fully appreciative of what a producer does. Now I fully appreciate that they can take your song and create a sound around it, create an identity around it, and help you kind of inhabit all the pieces of it with your personality, not theirs. And that's beautiful.
True. That's very true, Druv. So, how about we go into another song performance?
So I thought, Jen, what we could do this song, we could do one of my, let's say, the biggest hits live, right? Which is Glitter and Dynamite.
Again, yesterday, I don't know where we go, we make our play. Is it only I who has visions in my mind? I won't back down from this thing creeping up inside. The room is racing round and you're in my mind. The floor is moving me to be right by your side. And I say, take my heart, shake my soul. Glitter and dynamite, burn that light and lose control. Burst into the night, I didn't know that I would set my heart alight with glitter and dynamite, glitter and dynamite. No, 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 no. moths to a flame. Butterflies, they won't fly away. I don't think I see the lines bending in my mind. The blue I see and sink into the craziness inside. I pull you closer each time I catch your breath, and I will drink you down like shots inside my head. And I say, take my heart, shake my soul, glitter inside of mine, burn that light and lose control, burst into the night. I didn't know when I would set my heart alight with glitter inside of mine, glitter inside of mine.
Thank you so much for that beautiful, wonderful song again. So, all right, another question for you I have is that your song have topped international music charts. Then a lot, your work have been documented by leading publications, and you've been endorsed by famous people like Mr. Amitabh Bachchan. So can you give some tips and things for indie music artists, that they can do to make a mark?
Wow, that's a good question. I think, just keeping on, keep on keeping on. I know it sounds like a cliche, but it's not. It's about continuing to create, continuing to produce. Okay, here's a story, right? I wrote A Little Bit of God. It was the third song I wrote. Before any of the releases, I just wrote it on this keyboard, as I said. I thought it's amazing, right? Then I wrote What It's All About. I thought it's amazing. My point is, if I'd stopped and said, oh my God, this song is so good, and I genuinely felt this song is the best song that's ever been made. I mean, I know it sounds outrageous, but that's what musicians feel. That's what allows them to make these irrational choices, right? Or higher ground, right? Which I know you enjoy a lot, Jen.
Yes.
So the point is, it's about any song you believe it's the best thing that's ever happened. You're fully in love with it, and that's what keeps you going. But you need to keep recreating that love. You cannot just create A Little Bit of God and stop and think, come world, come see how beautiful this is, right? Keep yourself, your own spirit, don't burn away, right? Literally, that's what that song is about. Don't let your own heart burn away, because your heart will burn away otherwise, and it's very difficult to rekindle that. And that only comes from a pure place of loving what you're doing, which is your music, in my case.
Right. So on that note, giving some tips and things for all indie artists, Druv. And so here with us, we have another wonderful, amazing, talented upcoming artist from Shillong City, and she is Emma. So hi, Emma. Welcome to our show.
Hello.
Hey, Emma. Good to see you.
Good to see you too.
So, all right, Emma, here with us, we have Druv. So I'm pretty sure you have some questions, for him. So kindly go ahead.
Oh, I wanted to ask, what is your biggest inspiration? Like, what makes you write songs?
I think biggest inspiration probably for a lot of songwriters would probably be love, right? In some way, the feeling of love. But I think what's happened to me is, as I've kind of seen love in different ways, I think love kind of has a different interpretation, and it keeps inspiring me in different ways. So it's not just, the first time you fall in love, it's also what love means to you or to me as I kind of grew up with someone. So love has different, it's a love of maybe, a sibling or a father or a mother or a child. So there's so many different aspects to it. So, but I would say love is definitely for me probably the overriding thing.
And how long have you been singing or, dived into music?
So I've been into music since I was a child, but I've been a full-time professional musician for about 8 years. Uh, yeah, so which means 24 hours a day. All I'm thinking about, frankly, is music, making music, recording music, putting it out there, performing music, creating more music, working with different people. So it's just, it's a full-on kind of thing. But that's been about 8 years. Before that, I was just loving music and singing music, performing music, but it wasn't really, full time.
Wow, that's really nice.
All right. So, all right, how about we go into a performance by you?
So the song has a very weird name. It's called Home for Sour Candy. Let me just sing it. Uncertain thoughts, talking to you doesn't feel like it's true. Missed you. Thought about you today to keep me awake. I adore your hair, your eyes, your skin, your everything. I'm not sure if you're even real, don't disappear. If I was closer to the moon you're wishing on, then maybe you could call me home. If I was closer to the moon you're wishing on, then maybe you could call me home. I adore your hair, your eyes, your skin. I'm not sure if you're even real, don't disappear. If I was closer to the moon you're wishing on, then maybe you could call me home. If I was closer to the moon you're wishing on, then maybe you could call me home.
Wow.
Thank you.
Very nice. Very nice. I love the chord changes. I love the kind of gentleness of it and the explosion of it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, very cool. Very, very lovely.
All right. So, Emma, thank you so much for doing this with us. So, once again, we wish you the very best, and we're looking forward to your new single as well as your EP.
Thank you. Yes. And thank you so much for having me. I had a great time.
So, Druv, now we're not going to talk about you or anything else, but now we're going to play a game. All right. So, this game is called
God.
How Well Do You Know Your Favorite Artist? So, I'm going to ask you 5 questions, and you have to be very fast in answering them. I just want to test your knowledge about your favorite artists. Okay.
Okay.
So, the band that you've picked up is the Beatles.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay.
So the first question is a very easy one. In which year were the Beatles formed?
62.
Are you sure?
No, because the first release was in 63. I know that. But I think they toured Berlin in 61, 62. So, okay, I'm going to go with 63. Their first release was 63. So maybe that's the way you're counting it. I don't know.
It's 1960. I'm talking the
60.
actual year.
So it is actual.
Yeah.
But okay, so it is before Berlin.
At least, okay.
Yeah.
It's still in the 60s.
I gave you 61, 62. There was in Berlin. Okay.
The second question is, what was the title of the Beatles' debut single?
Love Me Do.
Correct.
Yes.
The third question is, what word was invented to describe the hysteria that surrounded the English rock band in the 60s?
Beatlemania?
Correct. Fourth question, name the Indian sitar player with whom George Harrison collaborated.
It was me. No, it wasn't. Pandit Ravi Shankar.
All right. That's correct. So my last question for you is, name the Beatles' first single to sell 1 million copies.
Oh, God, that's too hard. I'm the complete non-charts guy. But I would say it could even be Love Me Do.
You sure? I'll lock the
Yeah.
answer.
Lock it. Lock kiya jaye.
Well, I'm
And-
sorry to say it's wrong.
What? Okay.
It's She Loves You.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
so
I mean,
that is their first single to sell 1 million copies.
I
So
see.
congratulations on the few answers that you get correct, which is 3 questions and 2. So you get 3 out of 5. So still you're doing better.
So that sounds,
Congratulations.
as far as I'm concerned, that's an A star. Isn't that fair? I mean,
Yes.
yes.
Before we go, how about
Yes.
the last song from you?
This is my new song, Magaresa.
Magaresa, 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 Magaresa. Should we aim for the stars beyond these little walls of ours? Stay with me. I get you so much more than promises, 'cause what we have is more than here and now. That I know for sure. So don't you run away, run away, run away, run away, run away, run away. Stay with me right now. Magaresa, 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 Magaresa. You light up my soul. You are the thing that makes me whole. In your eyes, all my troubles simplify. I have a piece of heaven in my hand, and I'm not letting go. So don't you run away, run away, run away, run away, run away, run away. Stay with me right now. Magaresa, 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 Magaresa.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Druv Kent. And once again, an honor to have you here in this hashtag the Blue Mic English edition, your independent favorite and initiative of Big FM and Hungama Artists Allowed.
Thank you, Jen.